Steve Forbes himself. So, Steve, we've talked about this a lot on the show. The number one issue for voters in this election is the economy. And Kamala Harris tells us, basically, I love what Joe Biden's done, but the American people hate it, Steve. But if you do another 4 years of these policies, you're going to get the same results of the last 3.5 years, right?
Well, she's doing modern socialism with a smile. It's very, very upbeat.
It's joyful.
Lenin should have known. Smile, people would accept this kind of nonsense. But she, that interview last night, while on the surface it went smoothly, no surprise, she has settled down and put out a real economic policy. She's sticking with price controls. She's sticking with higher taxes. She's sticking with more regulations. And on things like EVs, where she says, oh, well, we're not going to force you to go to an EV. It's like you can keep your doctor under Obamacare. They're going to make regular cars so expensive by these regulations, they'll do it by fiat rather than by going for Congress and the voters.
The thing, she used the word values. My values have not changed, Steve. So her value is knowingly inflicting financial hardship and suffering on the American people and then telling them, oh, well, you'll get some cheap insulin when you retire. That's in essence what it is, and not owning the devastation that they have wrought on every working man and woman.
Well, this is the amazing thing. These people who parade themselves as tribunes of the people, champions of the downtrodden, end up making their lots worse off. And they ignore the fact, and she wasn't asked about it last night, why was it under Donald Trump household wealth went up? Why did wages go up? Why did lower and middle income people see their wages go up and the gap between the top and the bottom shrink instead of expand? And on inflation, she says, we got it down to 3%, ignoring, as you just heard, that it's still twice as high as was when Donald Trump left office.
And it's still up 20% since they took office.
And it's not going down.
Yeah. Steve, let's move to this because Kamala Harris has got a plan to fix the housing crisis. It may sound nice if you like living in the old Soviet Union.
As president, I will work in partnership with industry to build the housing we need, both to rent and to buy. We will take down barriers and cut red tape, including at the state and local levels.
So, Steve, let's translate that. What she's really getting at is federal intervention in local land use, giving the Uncle Sam that we don't like so much control of our property in our neighborhoods. And the problem with that is this is reserved for your city and your counties and your states. You want the technocrat in Washington, D.C. to come in and regulate how we use land in our communities? This is outrageous.
Well, her plan will put us all living on the sidewalk because you see what the government did with charging stations, what, $7 billion for 8 in a couple of years? Everything they touch turns to dust. You see it sadly with those 2 astronauts stranded in space, the space station. Now they have to have SpaceX. Elon Musk come to the rescue next year. So everything they touch, other than writing checks, ends up doing more harm than good. And her housing policy will do what it did to colleges, raise the prices.
Yes.
You give the $25,000, people take the $25,000, and she said local regulations. Well, how about starting with the government getting out of the way? And why doesn't she point out? Well, I wish one of the questions they had asked her is, Texas has few regulations on housing developments, and so they don't have a housing shortage. California, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. You came from California, Madam Vice President. What's the difference between Texas and California?
And the wealthy liberal elites want everyone to, well, we're going to go on to the food, but they want everybody to live on top of one another and not be able to drive vehicles. And so this is their mechanism to deciding and how people live and forcing them to live essentially.
The modern version of collectivization.
Yes, it is. So, speaking of food, I want to move on to this. The left has a new green villain, Steve, your refrigerator. One unhinged environmentalist calling on Americans to limit ways in which they use their fridge and the food they keep in it, saying, quote, like, I just don't eat apples outside of the autumn. And you know what? That's great because there's other fruits that you can have in the summer. And other fruits, I have citrus in the spring. I have berries in the summer, and it's annoying and obnoxious, and I'm not trying to be preachy about it, but it also tastes better. And like, you really don't need to have a tomato in December it's going to taste like nothing anyway, so just don't do it. So they're going after your refrigerator. And actually, the whole refrigeration movement of moving food across the nation and around the world in refrigerated vehicles.
Well, this is just part and parcel of doing away with edible foods. They're waging a war against cows and red meat and the like, and they're even suggesting learn to love insects. And so this attack on refrigeration leads to more waste. She also says in that interview, she says, well, big refrigerators mean you have more food in it, and that leads to more waste. So make the refrigerator smaller, you don't have waste anymore. You don't have food anymore, but hey, it'll be smaller.
What they really want is highly processed foods that can sit on the shelf for months or years, and you put some water on it, heat it up, and that's what you get. Really unhealthy, but maybe less waste, Steve. It's a frightening.
Everything that makes life better, the far left opposes.
Right.
Whether it's meat, refrigerate, dishwashers that do a whole holding in an hour. What happened to that? Washing machines, air conditioners, gas stoves. Again, on gas stoves, oh, we're not going to get rid of ban gas stoves, just have regulations. The EPA wants 96% don't qualify anymore. And in New York, you can't get pizzas from wood-burning ovens.
You want to get me going, huh, Steve? I bought 2 dishwashers 2 years ago. They don't work. They do not work. I have to wash the dishes before I put them in the dishwasher to clean them, and I use more water.
And that's why they have extra security at the Smithsonian, because people will come in and steal those old dishwashers.
You want an old one that works. Steve Forbes, always great to see you. Thanks for being with us on this Friday night.
Enjoy the weekend. Thank you.